next book is a wonderful collection called Walk the Red Road, and it's by Misha Nogha, who is an Oregon writer, and she's possibly one of the foremost, what do you want to say, cyberpunk novelists of her generation. She was there at the time of William Gibson. She was there at the time of people like K.W. Jeter. And this collects two books of hers, actually. One was called Prayers of Steel, which was the cyberpunk stories. And the other was Kaka Hakas, which was more of magic realism. Misha herself she's both of Métis and Nordic heritage, and she's actually a real shaman, and she practices her shamanism and lives on a farm in Oregon where she raises horses, and Norwegian fjord horses, actually. She's got a half-time cow operation. She's an observer for the NOAA and Severe Storm Spotter, and she's just absolutely fabulous. Her first novel was called Red Spider, White Web, and it was nominated for the Arthur C. Clarke Award in England. To read from Misha's work, I'd like to ask Beverley Daurio to come up.
Thank you, Richard. It's a real pleasure to be reading from Misha's book. And what I'm going to do is read one short piece from each of the two collections that are compiled in Walk the Red Road. So one from Prayers of Steel and one from Hakas. The first one's called Tiger in the House. He has taken the tiger into the house. It pads softly on his mother's plush carpeting while drops of blood fall from its jaws. A sheet of moonlight falls across the stripes. He follows the tiger with small sheets of scented napkin. He trembles when it jumps to the mantelpiece. His mother calls out to him, the voice of scissors snipping her words into diagonal slices. He motions to the tigress and she answers. At breakfast, his mother pretends, even though she can plainly see that her son has brought home a tigress. She makes warning motions with her red hands. The son pretends he has not brought home a tigress, even though his memory is fresh. His ears still hear the crunching of bones and the bloody tearing. Even though his father does not come down for breakfast, everyone pretends not to notice. Upset, he takes his tigress into his favorite bar. His favorite pals from the mill are there. Their words come out in black rectangular sensors, but he can hear enough to know what they are saying. They notice he has brought this tiger into his mother's house. They become tiny figures of gray plaster. They notice the blood on the tiger's shining claws. The amber eye of the tigress sees past the dingy bar, the plaster faces, and the mother's house. She is seeing the jungle, hearing the call of colorful birds, a leopard's cough. His mother has locked her house against the tigress. The man whips the tigress. Red and black stripes flow like oil. The tigress leaps through the window, and shards of glass fall like ice and water. The mother is gone. The mother's house is gone. The man is gone. The tiger does not notice. And the second piece is called The Walleye. Deep in the clear frozen lake, a huge fish swims. He lives without vertigo or fear of falling. The anxieties of the January shore are lost to him, along with shivering winds, steely flakes of snow, or sparks from the fire. Wrecks bring messages of bitter prayers, the sorrow of empty bottles, lost dogs, and the cold bodies of adventurous children. A rusted hook drifts past his amber eye, turned upward through the zinc blue water, the glacial blue of the silencing ice. The walleye swims in waking dreams in a life without thirst. Behind the mirror, the yowling of catfish singing 20-pound lines about the glitter of irresistible lures. Walleye glides through the water, keeper of the souls of men, submarine depths beckoning and offering fluid folds of peace. I am waiting at this ice hole to whisper secrets of warmth, the breath of life, a great sacrifice. I am fisher for the souls of men, sprinkling this holy water, the corn pollen, this sacred drop of blood. Walleye, I'm inviting you once more to the dust and the heat and the bright lights and the fire and the worry of numbers and material things, just as my ancestors invited you in the Devonian era up onto the dry, cold land. Walk the Red Road. It is my pleasure to introduce Brian Dodora to introduce Eddie Mumford. So.